Hey there folks, this is GreenyXI welcoming you right back to Let's Play Higurashi. This is episode 108. In the last episode, Rika had her go at killing off Shion. At least, we think that's what she did with the syringe. She might have just knocked her out and, never know. And it failed, so Rika's all dead. But she killed herself, so she had a bit of pride in that, I think. Also, Satoko came to the door. Well, phoned, and she's come into the door. At the end of the last episode. So, Shion loves Satoko, so I'm sure it'll all turn out splendid. Let's get going. Keiichi, I've been calling your name for a while. You have a phone call. It's from Sonzaki-san. Sonzaki-san? Which one? The older sister or the younger one? I don't know. Ask her yourself. Hello? Mion? Was it Shion? It's me, Shion. Good evening. Shion! Sorry about last night. I got all riled up. You must have been worried about how I hung up the phone so suddenly last night. We're tied to the same fate. Making sure the other is alright is the only way to guarantee our own safety. Yeah, I agree. We absolutely need to share whatever information we have, so that we don't die like Takano-san and Tomitaki-san did. I heard Keiichi swallow loudly. Then, let's continue from where we left off. You'll listen without getting angry this time, right? Yeah. I'll be fine. Keiichi agreed to be quiet and listen. Explained the dangerous situation Keiichi was in once again. Just like how some evil people in the village attacked Takano-san and Tomitaki-san, they might attack us any day. It was ironic, of course, that while I was warning him, I was also the one who made sure the curse would fall upon him. Let's report anything we notice that seemed strange. If we connect all the tiny pieces that we have, then just maybe we'll find out who killed them. Or maybe even the truth behind the incidents of the past few years. You're right. You're right about that. Then I'll start, since I suggested it. I feel like somebody has been watching me lately. What? I was making this up. I just wanted him to realize how urgent the situation was. It might be my imagination, but I'll tell you anyway. I think it's just me, but if you feel like you're being watched too, Kai-chan, then maybe it's not just in my head. Well, don't worry. At the very least, everything's fine with me. It seemed like nothing had happened to Keiichi today, at least. Now that the heads of all the three families were gone, it was possible the curse system had been destroyed entirely. If that was the case, then Keiichi might not be attacked after all. But if there was someone who did want to attack him, that meant part of the system was still alive. In other words, my mission won't be accomplished just yet. Keiichi is just a litmus test in the situation. I'd know whether or not all my enemies were gone depending on if Keiichi got bitten. He sure is a very useful man. Boy. After that, I went along with what Keiichi said. I made sure he was fearful of Mion, as well as all of the three families. I explained to him the possibility that the whole village was involved, that the curse of Ayashiro-sama might be some sort of system. Then I remembered Shion wouldn't know too much about the disappearance of the mayor, so I continued. I just heard this myself. Is it true that Uncle Kamiyoshi went missing? You mean the mayor? Wait, Shion. You haven't heard? I don't know anything. I just overheard my father talking about it on the phone again. Yeah. Actually, last night, after the meeting, he didn't come home, so the whole village was in a panic. They searched all over Hinamazawa, but if they've found him, then I haven't heard. The police should be searching for him as well. But why didn't you tell me something that important right away? Sorry, I thought you already knew. I didn't want to hide it or anything. Kai-chan. What should I do? What's wrong? Tell me. We're not keeping secrets from each other, right? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hide it. It was just that, the conversation got turned around, and we're on the same side, right? I won't get mad, so just tell me. Uncle Kamiyoshi, I told him everything. Old man Kamiyoshi? He's someone you feel comfortable confiding in, Shion? Yes. He would. When I was little, he was really nice to me. All I did was play tricks on him, but he would always just smile. He listened to anything I had to say. He was such a kind person. Calm down, Shion. It's not like he's dead, right? Don't lose heart so easily. Keiichi tried to make me feel better, but he had no idea what was actually going on. It really made me laugh. That night, I told the mayor that we snuck into the ritual storehouse. Also that someone saw us and was out to get us. Does the mayor know how absurdly Takano-san and Tomitaki-san died? Yes, he knew about it. I told him that they died by Oishiro-sama's curse, and that I could be made a sacrifice to calm his anger. I just said it straight out. Right. What then? Uncle Kamiyoshi didn't get angry. He smiled, then told me that if I was remorseful about it, there's no way I'd be demoned away. He was really smiling, and he told me to leave it to him. Ugh. I actually got a little sad while saying that. Uncle Kamiyoshi had been so reliable. I was happy when he said that he would protect Shion. I truly was happy. If only he hadn't said anything to insult Satoshi-kun. It's my fault. Because I confessed everything. Stop it, Shion. It's not your fault. No! It is my fault. I told him our secret. Uncle Kamiyoshi found out about everything. So he had to have been killed. It was right after I confessed to him, after all. He disappeared the same night, and he told me everything was going to be alright. It was such a strange feeling. I wasn't upset at all, but as I pretended to be upset and muttered the words of prayer for Kamiyoshi's safety, I started to feel that emotion growing inside me. I was only pretending to be distressed to fool Keiichi, yet the emotion I feigned began welling up inside me. It felt like I was being consumed by that emotion. So the words coming from my mouth weren't words I intentionally said. They were words that consuming emotion forced me to say. It was like someone else inside of me was doing the talking instead, and I was just watching that someone talk from a short distance away. I should never have told him. All of this should have only been our fault. Only the four of us. It wasn't something I should have told someone else. He got killed because I told him. He got killed because he knew. He got killed because I confessed to him. Hey, stop! If they were doing that, then they would obviously have killed you before killing the mayor. It doesn't make sense. You or I should have been killed first. Why would other people die before us? It does make sense. They must be planning to kill us last of all. Huh? What? They start by killing those we're close to, and after they've caused us so much pain that then they'd kill us. That must be what they're doing. What I just said scared even me. Killing our loved ones first to harm us emotionally, and only then kill us at the height of our suffering. Whoa! I felt something crawling up my spine. That's awesome! It's an awesome idea. I must not be human anymore. I really am a demon. A human could never think of such cruel things. That would be one incredible hell. Your close friends dying one at a time after being tortured, and after all that, you yourself get killed. What a great way to destroy someone's life. Why was I getting so excited about this? Because I could get going with that plan right away. Yeah. Rika-chan. It's Rika-chan. What? What did you say just now? Well, the truth is, I told her about it. I told Rika-chan. Today. Rika-chan? You mean Rika-chama? The one from the Fude Shrine? Yes, Rika-chan. I felt so scared and uneasy that I did it. I told Rika-chan. When you did, what did she say? The cat is worrying too much. I'll do something about it for sure. Well, she tried. That's what Rika-chan said. I'm sorry, Shion. I'm worried about Rika-chan. Ah, right. If you're that concerned, then don't worry about me. Please go find out whether she's safe. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll call you again tomorrow at the same time. When I do, you'll know I'm still alright. I got it. I'll be waiting. Okay, bye. Sorry. I'm hanging up. Keiichi hung up roughly. What a hilarious conversation with Keiichi. Everything was just too damn funny. Keiichi Maibara, go ahead and struggle helplessly. Run all over the village and see if the curse is still alive. Go ahead and see if my enemies are still around. I laughed for a while and then calmed down. I'd already got rid of the bicycles and shoes belonging to Rika and Satoko. My house was for the moment taken care of. I could expect Keiichi to run around in a panic, to ask for help from someone, and then ultimately come to Mion. Wait, got rid of the bicycles and the shoes of Satoko as well, so let's just skip the part where where Satoko comes round. I don't know. More than likely the youth group would end up looking for Rika like they did with Maya. I'd probably have to endure another long night again, knowing nobody would find her. I decided to wait until the phone rang. I killed time by watching TV until it did. Kei-chan, you serious? I'm gonna get really mad if this is a joke. I scolded Keiichi for suspecting that Rika had disappeared. Mi-chan, if it really is a joke, don't get mad. Smile. Yeah, it has skipped her. It skipped Satoko's issue. It would be a joke after all. We need to go make sure whether it's a joke or not. You're right. Sorry for getting upset. Rena rebuked me. While she looked quiet, I felt that she could be very terrifying under her skin. I had no basis for that impression, but I still felt that way. I just didn't like her. I disliked her ever since that rainy day at the bus stop. Well, she was a bit creepy. It wasn't that we didn't get along, though. How should I put it? I was at a loss for how to explain. Ah! That was it. I found a good example. When I was little, I always wanted to play tennis. I had my relatives take me to a tennis court, and they all praised my skill. I was doing nothing more than hitting a ball with a racket. But they told me I was talented, and that made me happy. When I went to school, I told my classmates I played tennis, and they told me that I was talented too. Then, one of my classmates, who was usually very quiet, said she also played tennis. Not only did she play, but she took lessons. Although I bragged about my serve, I was no match for her. I felt lonely and insulted that everyone was paying attention to her and not me. She was usually very quiet, but suddenly I realized that she knew more and had a lot more experience than me. Rena at the bus stop was just like that. I thought of myself as a demon now. I'd awakened a part of me that was half human and half demon, the part that lived in Onagafuchi village. In fact, I'd already stepped into a world where normal humans couldn't go. I'd already surpassed my human limits. I genuinely thought of myself as a superior being, having transcended the realms of mortals. But when my eyes met with Rena Ryugu's, I felt what I did long ago with tennis. Why? Why did I feel that way with Rena? I'd heard that in the animal world, during battle, animals glare at each other to display their strength. Only humans have to punch or kick each other to feel superiority or inferiority. Most animals can tell just by glaring at each other. In that case, could it be the same way with Rena? Michan, you okay? Ah, yeah, sorry. I haven't slept since yesterday, you know. Sorry. Keiichi climbed up a ladder and tried to peek into the window on the second floor where Rika and Satoko lived. It was my job to hold down the ladder. Rena cautioned me to hold onto it tightly. Michan, I'm going to go check the main house just to be sure, okay? I'll be right back. Ah, okay. Be careful. Rena ran off after that. When I looked up, I saw Keiichi trying to open a window, but all of them were locked. What did Rena mean by main house? Keiichi asked me from the top of the ladder. It's the Fude family's actual house. After her parents passed away, I think it's been left like that. Ah, right. Rika-chan's parents, they passed away, huh? Satoko's also an orphan. Her parents fell from a cliff because of Oyashiro-sama's curse. Then her older brother, Satoshi-kun, he disappeared. Satoshi? I've heard that name before. You'd heard the name before? I felt anger growing inside of me. Don't you know whose desk you're using every day? You act as if it belongs to you. You drop food on it while eating lunch. You drool on it while taking a nap. Don't you know who it really belongs to? Why am I acting this way? I'm Mion. Satoshi-kun doesn't even exist anymore. He was demoned away. It's hardly Keiichi's fault that he didn't know. It really isn't his fault. Satoko and Rika-chan have been living in this shack ever since. Neither of them has any family, but at least they're together. They help each other out. Didn't Rena say there was a main house? Wouldn't it be easier to live there? I think she tried that at first. She said it was hard though because it reminded her of her parents. After everyone in Satoko's family died, she started living with Rika. It only made sense. Satoko and Rika were best friends. They didn't care about the Hojo family or the Fude family. They'd been best friends since before the dam conflict. The reason why the curse never fell upon Satoko, Rika Fude probably had a lot to do with it. That made more sense than anything else, at least. Satoko was pardoned from the curse of the Hojo family, all thanks to Rika Fude's arrangements. Satoko had never been a victim on the night of Watanagashi. According to the curse system I'd uncovered, the last survivor of the Hojo family still living in Hinamazawa would be the perfect target for this year's curse. Therefore, whoever was responsible for executing the curse must have tried to take her life. However, nothing happened to her, proving that Satoko had escaped from the curse. That was really and truly infuriating. She might have been the head of the Fude family, but I still couldn't accept that such a little girl had enough power to protect her best friend. Mion, no. Actually, Shion. Shion must have had the same power then. Just like Rika protected Satoko, Shion could have protected Satoshi. Damn it. Rika-chan and Satoko-chan. They have it hard, huh? She's cursed. Huh? Mion. What did you just say? I said she's cursed. Mion, why are you making that face? Satoko Hojo. She's been cursed by Oishiro-sama. I can't accept that Satoko was pardoned from the curse, although she was a member of the cursed Hojo family. She was one of the cursed Hojos. Satoshi-kun wasn't pardoned, but Satoko was. She was cursed, but she got away. She escaped the curse, but Satoshi-kun didn't. I can't accept that. In fact, Satoko should have been the one to be cursed the most. She cornered Satoshi-kun physically and emotionally. That was why things got weirder and weirder, and in the end, everything went crazy. When I think back on it, it was Satoko who I hated most of all. She cornered Satoshi-kun. Oh, and as a result, Satoshi-kun disappeared. What's up with all that? She cornered Satoshi-kun? I don't know. She started it. She caused it. If only she hadn't been there. Just as Rika Furude and Satoko had lived happily, maybe there had been a happy future for me too. Maybe Satoshi-kun and I could have started our lives together in Akademiya. Yes, if I look at both the beginning and the end, it's so obvious. Satoko's existence caused everything. Satoshi-kun had to kill his aunt because of Satoko. The three families used that need to create the curse, then they killed him. The police were convinced he just ran away, but he'd never do that. He was the type of person who always did his best at everything, all by himself. He was doing the very best he could for his only sister, yet he was forced to vanish. He worked so hard for Satoko, and though he was living just for her, he was erased. Poor Satoshi-kun, he was so underappreciated. That girl knew no gratitude. She was cursed. If you got near her, you'd meet the same fate. You'd be cursed to die, or disappear. That really was it. She was the main cause behind it all. She wormed her way into Rika Furude's good graces. That was why the curse fell upon Satoshi-kun. She should have died first. Then Satoshi-kun would still be alive. If he was alive, I could have done something for him. I can't forgive her. I can't forgive Satoko. I can't forgive that girl. There can be no peace for her. There can be no peace. She was the perfect target for the curse of 1983. The curse of Oishiro-sama. Rika Furude, the reincarnation of Oishiro-sama. Rika was dead. The reincarnation of Oishiro-sama has died. There is no more God in Hinamazawa to deliver the curse. I'm the one who has to deliver it now. I am Mion Sonzaki, the head of the Sonzaki family, one of the three families of Onikafuji. Now that all the heads of the three families are gone, there is nobody to surpass me. I'll deliver the curse for Oishiro-sama and nobody else. I'll deliver it. I am the curse. I have become Oishiro-sama. I felt hot bubbles boiling over deep inside of me. I could tell the demon inside of me wanted to roar. I noticed Keiichi was looking down at me. Calm down, Mion. He can't tell what you're thinking. Calm down, calm down. At that point, I heard footsteps coming closer. I saw 4 or 5 adults, accompanied by Rena, running toward us with flashlights in their hands. Remember this part, don't you? Where she's shaking the ladder and everything, with Keiichi on top? One of them opened the lock on the cabin door, and we all went inside. I'm a Yuritsichin. There we go. Of course, there was nobody there. Satoko and Rika lived alone. I doubted Satoko would have left a note saying she was going over to the Sonzaki house when Rika was there already. But it wouldn't be fun if she had. Because of that, I hurried into the room ahead of Rena to make sure there's nothing left behind. The rumour of Rika and Satoko's disappearance spread around the village quickly. More and more villagers gathered at the Furude shrine. Acting in place of the head of the Sonzaki family, I commanded them to search the village. The villagers nodded and scattered. How long had it been since the last time I was truly Mion? I felt so pleased that my body almost went numb. Lots of villagers went in and out of the shrine. They yelled at each other that she was nowhere to be found. Some suggested other places to look and they all left. They made a lot of noise with their comings and goings. Members of the Women's Association brought out huge pots and gas cookers from the storage, got ready to cook for the men. That was when I noticed Keiichi unsteadily walking towards a copse of dark pine trees. Never heard that word before. Copse. What was he thinking? How stupid of him to be alone on a night like this. It was a person responsible for executing the curse was nearby. He wouldn't come back safely. If a person. Mion-chan, we went all around Ojaga Lake, but didn't find anything. We tried to light up the pond, but we're going to have to wait until the sun's up. Okay, thanks for your hard work. The women are making some miso soup, so please rest up and have some. Mion-chan, do you know where they usually park their bicycles? No. They probably parked them at the bottom of the stairs leading up here. I don't think they'd come up while carrying them. We can't find their bikes. Where'd they go? If they left on their bikes, they could have gone pretty far, maybe even as far as the town. In that case, we'll have to look outside of Hinamazawa. By the way, who first noticed that Rika-chan was gone? Ah, it was Keiichi-chan. He suddenly had a hunch. Oh, that Maibara kid, huh? He's a little suspicious. Speaking of which, why hasn't the Maibara family showed up when we're in a crisis like this? The Maibaras still haven't joined the town council, so they're not in the youth group's phone directory. Really? Well, ain't no helping it then. Huh? They joined, didn't they? I think it's just that their name isn't in the directory yet. Last time we updated it was at the beginning of the year. They just moved in here, so that's why they aren't on it. That Maibara kid's hunch is still suspicious. They do say the first on the scene is the most suspicious. Where'd he go? I saw him walking toward the pine trees. Can someone go get him? Conveniently, I saw Keiichi and Rena walking back toward us. Kei-chan, where'd you go? I was worried you disappeared too. Sorry. It looked like nothing had happened to Keiichi. If so, that's fine. That means I took care of all my enemies. Oh my. I knew I smelled something good coming from over here. I'd be much obliged if you'd allow me to have some. I heard the loud, sticky voice of a middle-aged man. It was Uishi. You must be confused about this year's incident. The scale of the curse this time is nothing like the previous ones. Uishi's information network is about equal to, or better than that of the elders on the town council. In other words, he could easily uncover a rumour that was circulating through the underside of the village. He must have come here to see if the disappearances of Kiyoshi and Rika had something to do with the changing of the lock on the ritual storehouse's door. The police will come for me sooner or later. I am Mion Sonzaki. By removing all of the heads of the three families, my enemies, I have become the head in their place. I can't allow Mion Sonzaki to continue existing. I'll have to destroy the existence of the head of the Sonzaki family. When I destroy my own position, that is when my revenge will come to an end. Uh-oh, gonna kill her sister. More than likely, I'll have Uishi witness my final moments. My eyes and Uishi's met. Damn it, he thinks I'm suspicious already. You're right, Uishi. I did it. Mion Sonzaki, the head of the Sonzaki family, is the culprit. Hehehe. Oh, wow. So, Satoko's gone. We didn't get to see it. I'm pretty sure you do in the anime. But, didn't get to see it in this one. I mean, am I thinking of the question arc? I don't know. Anyway, notebook pages for tips. Or we are, the path to hell. Even got the ladder on it. I like it. Okay, let's check out a couple of tips then. Page 195 of a notebook. Rika Fude. She was the head of the Fude family, but she never even appeared at the most important meetings. Even if she did show up, nobody would ask for her opinion, so it never really mattered if she was there or not. A legend in the Fude family says that if their firstborn child is a girl for 8 generations in a row, that 8th girl would be the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. According to Takano-san's research, Rika Fude is very likely to be the one. Oh. Surely, she must be an important icon in the cult of Oyashiro-sama. The true believers are devoted to her. So, it's quite surprising to me that Rika Fude herself was the assassin. It's unbelievable. It's just too abnormal. Usually, a VIP like her wouldn't be the one to assassinate someone. It's possible that it was a Rika Fude lookalike. From the way she moved, she seemed experienced in fighting. It's not normal that a small girl like her would jump me without faltering. I just got lucky because I had a stun gun. Without it, I don't know what would have happened. She was far more skilled than she looked. Was she trained as an assassin? Was it a body double? Everything's a mystery, including that creepy syringe. What's going on? I can't understand. She was like an apparition or something. Did Oyu Sonzaki know of her existence? What's hiding on the underside of this village? That underside might run deeper than I thought. Oh, it's true, mind. Rika's such a little girl. How was she so good at assassinating people? Ah, page 196. At this point, I believe that I can complete my revenge by destroying the curse system entirely. That means that I have to eliminate the heads of all the 3 families, the successor Shion, and the assassins who are after Keiichi. Although Keiichi is completely unguarded, he hasn't been attacked so far, even though I told everybody that he was one of the trespassers. In fact, it's me who's being attacked. Rika Fude attacked me. According to my theory, Keiichi should make for a very attractive bait, but nobody has done anything to harm him. Since Rika Fude attacked me, It might be that opposing the Furude family is a greater taboo than trespassing in the ritual storehouse. Rika Furude had said that intrusion wasn't a big deal. She sounded like she was going to let Keiichi walk. And after I accused her of that, Rika Furude attacked me that very night. And are there two different factions? Does one handle trespassers in the ritual storehouse, while the other protects the religious doctrines of the Furude family? No, that doesn't make sense. Tomitake-san's death must have been caused by the Furude family's injections. Rika showed me the effect of it herself, clawing out her own throat and dying like that. But Tomitake-san shouldn't have been subject to the curse, at least according to the system of the Furude family. I don't understand why Keiichi hasn't been attacked. Did he have something exempting him from the curse, unlike Takano-san? Just like how only Satoko Hojo was spared? Keiichi is a friend of Rika Furude's, so does that mean that if you were close to her, you wouldn't be cursed? Was she more important than the whole system? That's impossible. The hag was at the top of the curse system. Rika couldn't have been higher up than her. Scribble, scribble. Are there multiple ways to determine the subject of the curse? Are there as many curse execution groups as there are subjects, and do they all work separately? It's a mess. None of my theories add up. If I mess up my reasoning, I might make the wrong person the target of my revenge. I don't understand who the enemy is, or how Satoshikin was made to disappear. How much did the hag know? That really was a huge loss. I have so many things I wanted to ask her. I killed her by accident. Shit. In that respect, I've already failed in my revenge. The underside of Hinamazawa really does run too deep. Scribble, scribble. The whole page is blacked out with scribbles. Oh, wow. So, Shion's getting confused about who she even wants to kill anymore. Who she thinks would be the right targets for her revenge and everything. She's going batshit crazy. And I don't think there's any going back anymore. If there ever was. Anyways, this has been GreenyXI. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in a bit when we go for the next chapter. And we see... I keep saying this, but we see what's going to happen next. Thanks again for watching, folks. See you again in a bit.